In this installment, we'll be going over the Orlando Magic and Detroit Pistons same game showdown we got going on Draftkings. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Thursday night showdown slate between the Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic. Before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJustD. And if you guys are a viewer and not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Currently at 772, 773. The goal is 1K. 1K will be the giveaway. Now, let's do a very quick deep dive into this game that we got going on between the Magic and the Pistons. Unfortunately, this Thursday happens to be just one game. You have the NCAA tournament starting up. That's why I think there's only one game on this Thursday when it's usually 3 to 2 to 4 on every single Thursday. NCAA is going to take most of this day. If you want my NCAA picks, I have a few. I will be posting those on Instagram tomorrow, okay? On Thursday morning before the game starts, I'll be posting my picks for Thursday's NCAA tournament on that day, all right? Give you all the teams I like in those matchups. Now, let's get into this showdown slate, starting off with the captain position. And you have a few stars here, okay? I know this is two bad teams. Both of these teams are horrible. Only 18 wins on both of these sides, as we can see. We have Cade Cunningham as a current questionable, all right? Came down with an illness, missed the previous game. Still, it didn't matter. The Detroit Pistons was able to put up a very valiant effort and covered that spread. But in this one, I'm going to wait on news for him. If he is in, Cade Cunningham should be a play at the captain position. As you can see in his game log, consistency. He's scoring definitely over 20 points a game. And then you're seeing 6 and over on assists each and every one of those games. Besides the Indiana Pacers game, he's chipping in with the rebounds. So definitely all around triple-double threat that you can have on a Thursday's showdown slate where there's what other player you're going to look towards. You might get someone, you might find a little gem on the Orlando side, but I'll definitely go through that. But Cade should be one of the number one plays if he plays for Thursday. So I love him at the captain position. Other guys we can consider at the captain on the Detroit side as well. If Cade Cunningham is out, Saddiq Bey steps in as one of the lead guys on this offense, especially since there will be no Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant will be out as well. So that's another leader on this team that's not going to be, obviously we can't play him at the captain spot. He would have been another captain candidate. So Saddiq Bey comes in. Very solid player. As you can see, up and down, but been very consistent around that 25 to 30 fantasy points per game. But he has upside. There's games when Saddiq Bey, the threes are coming down. He's been very aggressive going to the basket. His high field goal percentage, and then he's knocking down free throws as well. So the 38 fantasy performance against Indiana, this is a similar type of team we're going against in Orlando, who struggles defensively. I think he can take advantage of that type of defense in this matchup. So Indiana, Toronto, he was able to step up 23 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. That's what I like to see out of him. A 43 performance against Charlotte. Every time you see Charlotte, you know it's going to be up and down type of game. You want to scoop up all the value you can. So Saddiq Bey has upside to get to the 30, to the 40s. And at 7,800, this is a definite steal to go for at that captain position. Avoid all the other high-priced guys that you see. All right, so I love Saddiq Bey. He's definitely an option to have at that util spot. Let's go to the next guy that I think will be a captain candidate, and that will be Cole Anthony. That's going to be the leader of the Orlando Magic right here. Jalen Suggs is out, so there will be someone that I'll talk about a little bit later that's going to be a value punt play that you can fit in at the bottom of your lineups, okay? Cole Anthony has been very good. Just playing just like his father out there. 19-7-4 against Brooklyn, 19-3-8. So very similar type of numbers that you see from Cole Anthony, from Cade Cunningham. Just the points aren't at the Cade Cunningham level. It's not at the 28, 25, 27 on a consistent basis. But Cole Anthony is definitely giving you over 15 points majority of his games. As you see, he's averaging 17.3. Good facilitator of the ball, 5, 5, 6, and 7 in those 4 out of the last 5 games. Struggled against Philadelphia, but rebounded in that game to help chip in on that side for Orlando. But definitely someone we're looking at, a floor general, and he's going to be leaned upon a little bit more since Jalen Suggs will be out. So I love Cole Anthony at that captain position. So we got 3 guys right there. Let's not forget about a 4th, Wendell Carter, questionable as well. So you got to watch news on that. If he's out, then you're going to be looking at a guaranteed Franz Wagner and Mo Bamba get huge bumps up down low as the power forward and center combination that they have down there. Chuma Okiki usually starts as if they have any injury at that power forward position or center, and they'll move the other guys around. But who will benefit the most will be Mo Bamba and Franz Wagner. Okay, but we're going to take it as Wendell Carter is playing, and he's been outstanding since coming over from Chicago. Some big 40 bombs. I think he even has a 50. He had 48 against Philadelphia, 41 against Minnesota, 45 against Indiana, 42 against Houston, a 53 against Denver. He's taking his game to a whole nother level ever since coming over. So I'm very, very impressed. I thought this was going to be, obviously, Bone Bamba has been fine. But I thought it was going to be all Mo Bamba with no Nikola Vucevic. But Wendell Carter has come over and has taken the reins, so I like him as another captain option. All right, let's continue going down. Let's look at some of the util guys we want to focus on. Let's clear out these main captain guys. Now, some of these util guys that I will be speaking about, if you want to take the risk, fine. You can play them at the captain spot if you want to move salary around. So let's give you the high upside guys. All right, with Jeremy Grant being out, Marvin Bagley steps in as the power forward. Okay, they got a lot of power forwards for Detroit. You got Bagley, you got Kelly Olynyk, and you still have Isaiah Livers. Okay, that's another guy that's going to be a punt play that we'll talk about just a little bit later. But Bagley, after leaving Sacramento, he got booted out of there. He's been playing decent, finally getting minutes. That was the main problem with Sacramento. He wasn't getting the opportunity. He's getting an opportunity now coming off the bench for the Pistons. He'll be in a situation where he'll start. So there should be high upside for Marvin Bagley going up against an easier opponent, especially if Wendell Carter Jr. is out at 7,600. I love the prospects of Marvin Bagley there as a nice util spot, or if you want to take a risk at the captain. I just spoke about Mo Bamba and Franz Wagner. These 2 guys, Wagner's more the 3-point shooter. He'll chip in with a few rebounds here and there, but that's pretty much it. Maybe a couple assists. You get lucky with a steal, but he is mainly a 3-point shooter. Been struggling as of late, as you can see, 0 for 4, 1 for 4, and 0 for 4. That's not like him. He can have a high game like he did against Memphis, like he did against Toronto, where he's stuffing the stat sheet 15, 6, and 5, 11, 5, and 7. Or this game against Indiana, 28 and 6. That's the upside for Franz Wagner. Obviously, he's a rookie. Big upside there. I like him as one of the main util plays. Mo Bamba on the other side, he can be a potential captain. This man, if he puts it all together, he has so much upside against against Minnesota, 27 and 12 with 2 blocks. He knocked down 5 of 8 threes. This is a center I'm talking about, knocking down consistent 3-pointers, 2 for 4, 5 for 8, 3 for 4. Very high percentage 3-point shooter you have in Mo Bamba. You don't know when the big explosion is going to come, but it can at any moment's notice. And I want to have him in each and every lineup just because that upside is there. Big factor. in on the rebound side and can factor in a lot of shots because he is a 1.7 blocks per game type of center. All right, so Mo Bamba is going to be one of my guarantees to have in that util spot because the upside is so huge. All right, next guy we're going to talk about will be Isaiah Stewart. This one is a middling play. You don't have to go to this one. Um, he's hit or miss. The perfect environment is going to be against Orlando. If you want to be technically correct, the weaknesses for Orlando is going to be point guard, power forward, and center. You got Isaiah Stewart in this game right here. He is the center for the Detroit Pistons. His minutes have been pretty solid, 25 to 30 minutes per game. He has not been producing. I'm hoping for a 30 fantasy point type of production from him, like he did against the Hornets. If I go a little bit further back against Dallas, who struggles against bigs, he had a nice double double there. So you're getting a discount at this starting center here in a very good matchup with a lot of guys missing. So no Jeremy Grant, that could step up. Things could be a little more fruitful for Isaiah Stewart on that side. So I like him. Not one of my favorite util plays, but definitely someone we have to consider. All right, let's go to some of the punt plays that we're going to have in our same game showdown slate with the captain spot, and that will be Markelle Fultz. Now, with Jalen Suggs out, Markelle Fultz steps up and has been very productive in limited minutes. All right, just got back from his injury. He's been getting 19, 17, 18, 19, around 18 to 20 minutes per game. But look at the production. All right, 8 of 11 and 4 with 2 steals against Philly. That was 32 fantasy points in 19 minutes. Very, very impressive from him. He needs to be a starter, but it's a very, very crowded point guard, very crowded guard section that they have for the Orlando Magic. Against Minnesota in 18 minutes, another 30-point fantasy performance, 14, 7, and 3 with a steal. The upside is there. He's finally getting back to being healthy. I would really wish he gets a starting opportunity, maybe somewhere else, because it's Cole Anthony's young, Jalen Suggs. They just got a high draft pick for him, so Markelle Fultz needs to blossom somewhere else. But in this particular game, I like him as a punt play in those bottom tier util spots. Okay, one more other guy we're gonna go with, actually two more, will be Kelly Olynyk at the power forward position. All right, so the backup power forward spot is going to be going between two guys. All right, you got Kelly Olynyk and you got Isaiah Livers on Detroit. Those are the two guys that are going to be battling for backup position at power forward and center. So both of these guys are going to be viable here. Kelly Olynyk can knock down a three. He's been a very veteran big for a lot of these years. Coming in, knocking down shots, providing some rebounds, assists. He's really added that to his game, passing the ball. This is a punt play, all right? You're not looking at, great numbers here. He's getting 13 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes, but I say Kelly Olynyk because Jeremy Grant is out. So those minutes should be bumped up to around 20 to 25. More production from Olynyk, a veteran, and I like him at 6,000. The last guy we're going to look at that's going to be the final play of this video will be Isaiah Livers that we have right here. He had a big performance the last two games, 32 minutes against Miami, 27 minutes against the Clippers, 9 for 1 and 1 and 5 against the Clippers, and then against the Miami Heat, a tough matchup, 16 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. Chipped in with 4 or 5 from three-point range. So we got a three-ball shooter here coming off the bench, power forward type. Very similar to a Kelly Olynyk, but this guy is obviously younger. And I think they'll be playing both of these kids out there in that second unit. So big upside here, 3,600, bottom tier util spot. That's going to be our punt plays for tomorrow's slate. All right. So focusing on the captains, we got Cade if he plays. Obviously, we have Cole Anthony. We have Wendell Carter Jr., and we have Sadiq Bey. All right. The other util guys we definitely want to focus on is Mo Bamba and Marvin Bagley on either sides. And don't forget the punts, Markelle Fultz and either Kelly Olynyk or Isaiah livers. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNessJD. If you obviously have any other suggestions at the captain or the Utah spot, let me know in that comment section down below. And our picks for the NCAA tournament on Thursday will be on Twitter and my Instagram. Okay. Before the game starts, I have my picks. I'll post them. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and peace out.